I want to follow up on the idea of resistance as a starting point and on the idea of prefigurative politics. I think that one of the things that, that everyone has mentioned is the problem of a kind of vision of an emancipated future. And what I wanted to get at in my opening remarks, and I'll just follow up now, is to say that we live with the accumulated effect of defeats and failures on the left. In other words, that the present is not only determined in a one-sided way by the powers that be, capitalism, the rich, etc., but rather the conditions that we experience today are actually the left's own doing. The left needs to be understood as sort of integral to history, and therefore, whether we know it or not, we live with the past mistakes of the left and the past failures of the left. And so reflecting on those, and specifically reflecting on the way the 1960s New Left failed to digest the problems of the preceding generation of the left of the 20s and 30s in two ways. One was a kind of a Stalinophobia, the idea that the Bolshevik Revolution necessarily led to Stalinism, and the other being a Stalinophilia, which is the Guevarism and Maoism that was endemic in the 60s. Both failed to digest the problems of the old left, and we live with that still today. There's a kind of fear of organization, a specific scorning of party politics on the left, and a kind of procedural kind of mania or procedural obsession that most people who have been to any kind of leftist organizing get into. And that's also another dimension that I wanted to mention, that resistance as a category plays into the kind of fear of actually organizing the left and the fear of the consequences of social revolution. In other words, there's actually a desire on the one hand, but also a fear. And that's something that's definitely a Cold War relic that we still live with.